Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by Caliber Home Loans. At Caliber Wholesale, our products make us different, and our people make us great. Caliber Home Loans Incorporated is an industry product leader with a full offering of core conventional and government products, coupled with our innovative non-agency portfolio lending products. Contact us to learn more.
Welcome to another edition of Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway, and this is created exclusively for Mortgage News Network, brought to you by Caliber Home Loans. Now, when we take a look at last week's activity, predominantly we saw housing news came out, and the housing news was pretty good. We did get new home sales. Now, new home sales measures signed contracts, and this is on the new construction market, which represents about 10% of what's going on. This number was a really strong number. Where it was down from the previous number, but the previous number was a 10-year high. So really strong activity there. And then when we take a look, we also got existing home sales. Existing home sales was for the month of August, and it was down slightly, a couple of percentage points. But explaining the decline is what you might think normally happens in August. People tend to shop for homes in the spring and early summer because they want to keep continuity with their children so that their children start the school year without having to be interrupted. They start the school year where they're living in their new home, in their new location, as opposed to we know, or we can recall as kids, how difficult it can be to make that move in the middle of a school year. So we often see a bit of a slowdown in August, at least on signed contracts. So this is kind of normal. It wasn't a big decline, but also part of the reason for the drop is a lack of inventory, and you're all experiencing that as well. Now, we did get some other numbers from Case-Shiller showing that almost Goldilocks across the country, a 5% rate of appreciation. So really good stuff going on here. Now, we also got inflation numbers. Core PCE, that's the Fed's favorite measure of inflation. That was up from 1.6 to 1.7%. Now, the Fed said, hey, we'll hit 2% maybe by 2018. They've been horrific in their forecasting anyway. But the Fed's just telling us a story, so to speak, to avoid having to hike rates because they've been fearful of doing so. But there's been a lot of Fed chatter, especially last week, that the economy's ready and the Fed's kind of ready to move forward. So what happens? Well, we explored last week when the Fed hikes rates in the past that it actually helps mortgage rates. I think that's going to happen in December. Now, a lot will depend this Friday on the big jobs report that we'll be seeing. And if we do see continued strength in the job market and we see inflation on both the CPI report ticked up a tenth, the PCE ticked up a tenth, well, the Fed's almost got no choice but to have to hike rates. There's a Fed meeting in November. I think that since there's no press conference, the Fed can kind of take a pass on that and not have to hike then. But the one in December looks as if that's really going to be the one that the Fed, unless we get some crazy news, hikes rates. Look for the result to be better mortgage rates temporarily, so kind of get on that bandwagon and move quickly, as well as watching what happens with a stock market that may not like that at all. Now, for the week ahead, I'm not too crazy about the chart patterns I'm seeing here in the early going here. Friday's chart pattern looking a little bit disappointing when you look at the charts on MBS Highway. And by the way, why not get a free trial to MBS Highway? It's the best tool out there. It'll really help you destroy your competition. If you don't have this tool and your competitor does, they will get the transaction. Why not sign up for a free trial? But we are seeing some chart patterns that are a bit uncomfortable when you take a look at historically what happens here. We think that there's a good chance that interest rates drift higher over the first few days of the week. Pricing gets a little worse, but then of course the big jobs report on Friday is going to be a big deciding factor as far as the direction for the next few weeks. All right, hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Your reputation with your referring business partners depends largely on the lenders you recommend. This is why you'll want to choose a partner who shares your commitment to customer service. At Caliber Home Loans, our products make us different and our people make us great. A leading product innovator. In addition to our core conventional, government, and jumbo loans, we've created our own non-agency portfolio lending products. These enable you to assist creditworthy clients who can demonstrate the ability to repay. To learn more, visit us online at caliberwholesale.com.
This is Mortgage News Network.